If you are considering reading Emma Grede's latest book, then stay tuned for my thoughts. All right, buenos dias, don't be rude, say it back. Let's get into what I thought about Start With Yourself. My mentor says that you need to model the syntax of the people that you admire. And if you want to live a lifestyle like they live, if you aspire to have the level, even a fraction of the success that they have, then you need to model the way that they process information, the way that they shoot off. What he says is the way that they shoot off the messages in your brain, in their brains, the action that they take. What better way to get inside Emma Grede's head than to read her book? I got this book for Mother's Day and I got through the book in 3 weeks. That's just at moderate reading level, just whenever I had the chance. So it is a very, very easy read. I highly recommend that you read it with a pen, with a highlighter, because you're going to want to take notes. She had said in one of her interviews that she really hopes that you could use this book kind of as a guide, as a workbook, as something that you can frequently reference and not just something that's going to be beautiful on your coffee table. And I could definitely see why that is the case. I have this book all marked up. Now, the first lesson that I learned from this book is people who are effective in their lives are so simply because they make decisions and then they make those decisions right. People that are successful are not successful because they make the right decisions, but because they make a lot of decisions. They make those decisions fast, and then they make the decisions right. This dispels this mentality that you have to be right all of the time. When you lean into understanding your timing, understanding your processes, when you lean into understanding that everything that's happening is happening for your benefit, then you start to perceive your decisions from this space of whether it's a reward or a lesson. Either way, I'm taking a W, because the lesson is going to be what supports me into the next level. The reward is exactly that, the benefit that I got from knowing, from trusting myself. So either way, I'm taking a W. I love that she mentions decision making all throughout her book. She actually even closes out with mentioning that really she attributes her success to making a lot of decisions fast. She attributes it to a great support system. The next lesson that I learned is in regards to motherhood. I am also a mom of 4. I constantly find myself super ambitious for them. And this was just a really exciting awareness that I found through reading her book. I have this massive ambition inside of me, and I want and hope that my kids will also have that same level of ambition, that it becomes something that's contagious and just birthed inside of them. And one of the things that I learned through her book, one of the things that I got so much awareness around, is let them. It sounds so simple, but hear me out. As a parent, you can build the pool, you can fill up the pool, and then you have to let your children take ownership over whether or not they sink or swim. You create a pool full of possibility. You create and facilitate an environment where they can thrive, where they can make mistakes and learn from them, where they feel supported. It is your job to just facilitate the environment, but ultimately their success, they have ownership over that, which means that they also have ownership over their failures. It was such a release. It was like permission was granted to me to just let it go. Let them. You can't want it more than they want it for themselves. And that was very freeing for me as a mom who is a very, very ambitious person and hopes that my children will grow up to be ambitious people as well. Use shortcuts. This one, I love her openness in her privilege. One of the things that really surprised me when I was reading this book is she gives you the permission to use shortcuts, because she's absolutely right when she says, who says there's an award for who bled the most, who worked the most hours, who sacrificed the most in business? There's no award for that. There is no guarantee that the harder that you work, the greater the reward. There's no guarantee. The only thing that will guarantee you success is ultimately you not stopping. You going back to the drawing board and trying again and trying again and trying again and looking for refinement and looking for shortcuts through the use of people who have been through what you've been through and are where you want to be. If you can find these people who have the success that you want, who have the experience that you don't have, but can help guide you through the back roads to the place that you want to be, then absolutely use that. There's no shame in that. And I really appreciated that she gave women this, again, this permission to say it out loud. I don't want it to be so hard. I don't want it to be so hard. There has to be a better way. And ultimately what she's saying is, girlfriend, there is. Find yourself a mentor. Find yourself an investor that can not just give you money, but that can give you knowledge. Find the shortcuts and leverage that. There's no reason why your journey needs to take you 5 years. If you can pay to get the right people on your team earlier on, do that. Mentors don't even have to be paid. They can be people that you acquire knowledge through podcasts and videos, and from your house you could take a course or a seminar or watch a YouTube video or listen to an interview. It really doesn't matter. The next is, it's never too late to be excellent. It's never too late to be excellent. This is an important reminder, I believe, for all of us. Look at where you are at right now. And if you are not operating from excellence right now, it's not too late for you. You can change things around today. Make the decision that as of today, I'm only going to operate in excellence. I'm only going to operate at the highest level of discipline and give this my very, very best, because I deserve that. First of all, I deserve nothing but excellence. But my team also deserves excellence. My customers deserve excellence, right? The people surround my family deserves excellence. It's not too late to choose to be excellent. Make that choice today.